feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hey everybody, welcome to the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank. I'm your co-host Ted Jenkins, of course with my co-host Lee Heisman today. We had a fascinating dialogue today all about the coffee business. You have to go to shrimptankpodcast.com to hear all of it. We talked to Leticia and Harry today, the owners at Alma Coffee, here at Alma Roastery today, holding us. And this is just a facility that you've got to check out at some point for sure, or go online and check out their coffee. It was delightful today. As always, for subscribers out there, if you're looking to hear more of the podcasts of our owners, go to Apple Podcasts, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, SoundCloud, or anywhere around the internet.
Well, I will almost certainly guarantee you that a majority of our listeners out there do drink some form of coffee, whether it be at the local spot like a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts. But if you guys could describe why they need to look for your product, what makes you guys different than what most people would think when they think about coffee?
Yeah, Lee, thank you. And, Alma Coffee was founded on three main ideas: improving lives, sustainability, and extraordinary coffee. That is what you are making a difference. You are making a difference in the lives of farmers in Honduras, in Central America, when you purchase our coffee. We are fifth-generation coffee farmers. We watch over the coffee from the moment it's planted to the moment it's harvested and brought here and roasted in our facility right here in our American-made Loring roaster. Packaged up, everything is done fresh. Actually, in the background here, you can probably hear our folks packaging up the beans they just roasted today for you.
Well, we talked about a lot of stuff on the show today, but it was kind of interesting in the middle of the show that we talked about the term you use here of Almatude, which I really like that.
Yep.
So what does Alma mean? How'd you come up with that brand name, and how do you create a culture where everyone has a great Almatude here at the roastery?
Yeah, so, Alma means soul in Spanish, and the whole idea being that we've put our whole heart and soul into this business, not just by Harry and I, but also the 5 generations before us. So Alma was just the perfect name. It's Spanish, it's got a feminine connotation. We're very big on empowering women in the coffee industry too. And then our branding just tells our whole story. The 3 birds, improving lives, sustainability in everything we do, and extraordinary coffee. And that bright blue on our packaging just being from the flag of Honduras. That's where we got the inspiration from that. But Almatude is just bringing positivity and, your best foot forward every single day. And the way that we've surrounded ourselves with a team that has Almatude is just hiring tough. We do 2-3 rounds of interviews for every single position because we consider everyone here our family. And if we don't want to hang out with them outside of work or be abandoned with them in an airport, why would we want to hire them? So it's always hiring the right team and surrounding yourself with people that follow that same mission.
Well, so I also know, you guys obviously farm it yourself. You control the bean. And, in today's world, you have to know where you're getting your food from and specifically where you're getting your coffee from. So you guys have that process controlled. Talk a little bit about what I know you spoke of earlier, which was amazing, is not just the Almatude, but you kind of let your employees and your fellow coworkers run the business with you. Can you elaborate a little bit, Harry? Because you guys are very proud of the fact that it isn't, you guys aren't running it, it's the whole company that's being run.
Yeah, and when going into that Almatude, it's also the idea of taking ownership of everything that you're doing. You are the one who's doing the packaging. You have probably the most important job here. You are the last one to see that before it goes to consumers. So we really drill that into every one of our employees, whether you're the packager, the roaster, or even the salesman. But making sure that customer is going to be delighted by the packaging, be delighted by the coffee. That's really where it comes down to ownership of your segment, but then also of the entire brand.
So if people want to order, because just so you have here, this is a raw bean.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Yep.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously as you roast it, that's where what most people think the darker bean looks like. Hey, that's my bean, but it goes through the whole process.
Yep.
How do people get that bean from you? How would they order these beans, whether it be ground or whole beans?
Yeah, so you can order anytime on our website, www.myalmacoffee.com. We encourage you to go on there and check out our starter kit. It's a great way to get an idea for all of our different roasts. You get a full-size bag of our most popular roast, which is Soulmate, our medium roast, and then samples of every other roast we have, so you can find out which one is your favorite. We're also doing a special discount code for all you watchers, so use code SHRIMPTANK at checkout and you'll get free shipping. Also check us out on all social media at myalmacoffee.
Well, I want to thank you guys for coming on the program today. And we talked about a lot of stuff. You got to check out the whole podcast again at shrimptankpodcast.com. But think about your business, much like Alma Coffee, creating that perfect cup of coffee. And where does it start? It starts with the perfect bean. And those beans are your employees. They're the people that you hire, the right people. you train them right, you recruit them, and they're the talent that you put in your organization. And if you blend that coffee with some water and it goes through what Lee knows is the Chemex, right? The
Yep.
Chemex, and it's done right, then you ultimately can create the perfect business. But it always starts with the perfect bean and a little bit of heart and soul, like Leticia and Harry talked about today. Thanks again for coming on the program, and thanks so much for your post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank.
Thank you, guys.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank. But it's a